One footballer who doesn't deserve to be called a legend is Kenny Sansom. He was an exceptional player who ruined everything just for alcohol. A crumbled marriage, bankruptcy, or assault charges. You name it, and he has it. This is the sad reality of Kenny Sansom. Kenneth Graham Sansom, born on September 26, 1958 in Camberwell, London, had quite an interesting journey to becoming one of England's top footballers. As a kid, Kenny dreamed of being a goalkeeper. But fate had other plans. While playing for his youth team, Spring Park Wolves, he had to fill in as a left-back for an injured teammate. That switch stuck, and Kenny stayed in that position for the rest of his career. It's crazy how Kenny's talent caught the eyes of big clubs like Arsenal, Queen's Park Rangers and Tottenham Hotspur, but he chose to join the youth team at Crystal Palace. He made his league debut on May 7, 1975, against Tranmere Rovers, and it didn't take long for him to shine. By 1977, Kenny was not only leading Crystal Palace's junior team to FA Youth Cup success, but also captaining the England youth team. He quickly became a fan favourite, earning Crystal Palace's Player of the Year award in his first season. Known for his speed, calmness under pressure, strong tackling, and excellent crossing, Kenny was a key player. He missed just one league game in a streak of 156 consecutive matches starting in 1976. He was great so far, and everyone wanted him. In 1980, Arsenal made a big move for Kenny, offering £1 million and striker Clive Allen in exchange. This was a surprising transfer since Allen had just joined Arsenal and hadn't played a match for them. Nevertheless, Kenny moved to Highbury and made his debut on August 16, 1980, against West Bromwich Albion. Kenny was great at knowing where to be on the field. He could read the game really well, which meant he often intercepted passes and blocked shots. His tackles were clean and well-timed, making him someone you could always rely on at the back. He stayed calm under pressure, which was a big plus for his team. But Kenny wasn't just about defending. He was versatile and could also push forward to help in attack. He had good dribbling skills and could move the ball up the field confidently. One of his big strengths was crossing the ball into the box, setting up chances for his teammates to score. This made him a well-rounded player who could do a bit of everything. Kenny quickly became a regular fixture in Arsenal's defence. In 1981, he was named Arsenal Player of the Season. But things changed in 1986 when George Graham became Arsenal's manager. Under Graham, Arsenal's performance improved a lot. In 1987, Kenny captained Arsenal to a memorable League Cup final victory over Liverpool, his first major domestic trophy. However, the following season saw some tension between Kenny and Graham. Kenny was replaced as captain by Tony Adams, but he still managed to keep his place in the team. He continued playing for Arsenal until December 1988, making 394 appearances and scoring 6 goals. Kenny then moved to Newcastle United for $300,000, but his time there was tough as the club was relegated. He transferred to Queen's Park Rangers, QPR, in 1989, where he scored against Arsenal in a notable FA Cup match. After QPR, Kenny played for Coventry City, Everton and Brentford, before joining Watford as a player and coach. Not much later, Sansom had brief periods with lower league teams such as Chertsey Town and Slough Town, making it very clear that he was ready for retirement. After hanging up his boots, Kenny faced some tough times, though. He struggled with alcoholism and financial problems, which were tough to deal with and often made headlines. Kenny started drinking heavily when his football career ended. He found it difficult to adjust to normal life without the routine and excitement of football. Drinking became a way for him to cope, but it led to serious problems. He lost a lot of money, had trouble with his relationships, and even became homeless at times. In addition to his drinking problems, Kenny's health has suffered a lot. The heavy drinking damaged his liver and gave him other serious health issues. He has needed a lot of medical care to try to get better. But other than his alcohol addiction, there is one particular aspect of his life that ruined his reputation once and for all. He cheated on his wife. Kenny Sansom had a long marriage with his wife, Elaine. They were together for 29 years, and Elaine was always there for him. Elaine and Kenny had been together since they were 15 years old. Throughout Kenny's career, which included playing for Arsenal and winning 86 international caps for England, Elaine was his rock. She forgave him when he cheated on her in 2006, supported him through rehab, and even campaigned for him to receive an OBE. Despite his battles with alcoholism and gambling, which drained their finances, Elaine never gave up on him. She kept supporting him in the hopes of things getting better. But in 2008, everything changed. Kenny left Elaine for another woman named Denise Mullins. This decision sparked a lot of gossip and media attention. Everyone was talking about it, and Elaine was heartbroken. She had nothing left to say. How could her childhood sweetheart do this to her? In an interview with The People, Elaine said, "I'm 50, alone, over my head in debt, and about to become homeless. He's shacked up with a well-off new woman who will prop him up like I did for 30 years, and he simply turned his back on me and the kids." Kenny was selfish for this, so he was heavily criticized by everyone who knew him. He took all their criticism for granted until one day it was actually his turn to pay. Kenny and Denise's relationship didn't last long at all. He faced many problems, including financial troubles and his ongoing battle with alcohol. He even ended up homeless for a while, and that's when everyone realized that karma does run in full circles. It was a tough period for him, and things didn't go as he had hoped. Now, to make matters worse, in 2020 he was immediately hospitalized. The reasons for his hospital stay were not made public, which made everyone extremely concerned. 6 months later, in November 2020, it was revealed that Sansom had been diagnosed with Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. This brain disorder is often caused by a lack of vitamin B1, which is sometimes linked to alcohol misuse. The whole situation caused a lot of sadness for Kenny's family and friends. They worried about him and wished he hadn't made those choices. It reminded everyone that fame and fortune don't always lead to happiness. Kenny Sansom's story teaches us that addiction can be very harmful and ruin relationships. It's crucial to seek help if you're struggling with addiction, and it's equally important to support loved ones going through tough times. All in all, Kenny Sansom's story is a mix of great football talent and personal struggles. Kenny started dreaming of being a goalkeeper, but ended up as a left-back. He was really good at it, playing for teams like Crystal Palace and Arsenal, and even the England national team. Fans loved his speed, strong tackles, and perfect crosses. But things went wrong off the field. After his football career ended, Kenny struggled with alcohol. This led to serious health issues, money problems, and a broken marriage. He cheated on his wife, Elaine, who had stood by him through everything. This caused a lot of pain and made headlines. Kenny's life shows how personal problems can affect even the most successful careers. Despite being a football star, his battles with addiction and personal issues took a heavy toll. His story is a reminder of how important it is to get help for addiction and have a strong support system. So, what do you think we can learn from Kenny Sansom's story? Is he worth being called a legend or not? Let's discuss this in the comment section.